Welcome back to Squelch, the video game book club. I'm Dano.
I'm Matt at Arms.
And I'm Storm Rage. We're here to remind everyone that Chrono Trigger is a game, and games are supposed to be fun. This week we'll be playing From the End of Time through the Reptite Lair, and next week we'll be playing from Medina Village through the Mountain of Woe. I'm sure that's going to be a happy time.
I mean, everything is kind of like, it's like Death Mountain. It's all very like ominous names of.
You mean it's not the mountain that Joey Lawrence is on top and goes, whoa?
Oh, well, now it is. It's now the mountain of whoa. You have to be of a certain age for that joke to work. But that truly is the episode title.
Next week it is, not this week.
Yeah, it's gotta be. We're not doing it this week.
Well, no, but we're not going to talk about the mountain of whoa, and that we're not going to forget that we're doing that. So it has to be this week, or I don't know. It's
No. We'll remember.
Will we remember? I think that's really unlikely.
Either that or I'll make
here's
the same.
thing.
Go ahead.
We just got to keep it in the show title now. We don't use it as the show title, but we just keep it there for next week.
So, I'll just make the same joke like I pretend like I never made the joke before. Like I do this all the time anyway. I just make the same joke over and over again, not realizing I've made the joke previously.
So is this week's show title the preemptive Mountain of Woe, and then next week is the actual Mountain of Woe?
No, we've got to discover it naturally, Dano.
I'm not cutting all this out of the podcast. That is so much editing.
Of course not.
As a reminder, we are playing using an old ASCII game guide. It's linked in the Discord, and I think it's also might be in the episode notes. So that's what we're using as like the guide for like when to start and stop. So in case you're like, what is this and that's where we're getting it from. So if you want to use it for just keeping track of the podcast, go right ahead. That's kind of what we're really using it for as well. Just in case you are curious, we talked last week about the games we're going to play for the next year, literally the next year. A bunch of just like legit classic RPGs. So we're playing Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition, and then Dragon Age the Veilguard. It dropped down to squelch prices already.
It's one Hades.
For a AAA game to drop down to squelch prices so soon, the expectations are managed, but I'm still excited to play because I love Dragon Age. After we're done with that, we are doing our Xmas Effect with Mass Effect Andromeda, and then moving on to Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4. If you're listening to this podcast on time with us, if you haven't fallen behind with some of the games, which is fine if you have, all the games are currently on sale in Steam through March 27th. And then a good chunk of these games are on sale through April 2nd in the GOG spring sale. So GOG is Good Old Games, GOG.com. They're like a Steam, like imagine the Epic Game Store, but then imagine the opposite of that. And that's like the GOG store. It's like doesn't have quite as good of a library as Steam, but is a functional library, unlike Epic Games. So they have a bunch of sales there too. So Dragon Age Origins is $6 there. Fallout 3 is $6.50. Fallout New Vegas is $8, and Fallout 4 is $16. All of these games, by the way, that we're playing, they go on sale almost every single sale. So like, if you need to wait to the fall one or a winter one or whatever, like these games go on sale all the time. So if you don't pick them up all now, no big deal. They go on sale again. It's part of the reason we're playing them. Just so you all know, I am super duper stoked for Dragon Age Origins. I've already started playing Dragon Age Origins. I think I'm going to play through all of the origin stories. So each race and class has their own origin story. So human mage has their own origin story. Human noble has their own origin story. City elf has their own story. Dalish elves have their own stories. So then dwarf commoner and dwarf noble. So I played the dwarf noble already with my last playthrough. I have finished the human noble story. I have finished the city elf story so far. I'm having a ton of fun. Two things I have downloaded mod-wise to kind of make things better. One is a good idea, and one I would recommend really strongly. So the first is, these are two mods. You can get them on Nexus really easily. The first is Nathaniel's 4K resolution mod. So if you play on anything larger than, if you play on like 25, 40 or larger, like the UI gets super duper wonky on Dragon Age Origins. So this mod has two versions, has a 4K version and a 2K version. And all it does is resize the UI so it works correctly with those modern resolutions. So that's a really big one. Otherwise, you have to play on just like a smaller 1920, which is fine. Like 1920 windowed actually plays really well and looks pretty nice. But if you want to play it full screen, you want to get the 4K resolution mod. And then I'm also running Quinn's Ultimate DAO Fix Pack. That just fixes like literally over 300 bugs and issues that just kind of like live in the game. I assume it's doing its thing. I don't know what the bugs are. I've always ran with this mod, so I just assume that this is a good mod to run. So I would probably suggest both of those. I'm not running anything else, though. If you do want to run some of there are there are face meshes that you can get so that the faces of recurring characters in Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, and Inquisition all match up. You can do that. I've done that in the past. It's pretty fun. So they all look exactly the same as you kind of work through the games. But up to you if you want to do that or not. So that's what I'm running for Origins right now, is just those two mods, though. So I don't expect to run anything else, because we have a lot to game to cover and not a lot of time to cover it. So that's it for Dragon Age and housekeeping stuff. Anything from you guys?
I've also started Dragon
I'm really
Age.
excited.
Good.
I'm really excited to talk Dragon Age.
I hope you are, because it's super fun. I'm having so much fun playing it, so I hope you guys do as well. Let's go over and thank some patrons.
Thanks. I am pretty incredible.
Thank.
Forgot again. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot.
I forgot last week. I was listening back and I was like, oh, oopsies.
It's hidden there in the show notes, clearly displayed and written down.
Mm-hmm.
So I just.
Yep.
Hey, thanks to our patrons at Twitch subs for keeping the lights on. Thank you so much for doing that. You can throw a Prime at us or a non-Prime if you want on Twitch. We do stream there every Sunday for the most part. And then thank you so much. I was hoping nobody noticed Storm Rage. You can go and have that one for Blizzard, by the way. That one is a gift from me to you.
Not saying anything, Dano. I just happened to type an observation, repeated what I thought I heard just to confirm it.
My in-laws are in the building, Daniel.
I didn't say anything, Dano.
Daniel is writing in chat, in case you guys missed it. Anyway, thank you all so much. I don't think we're going to have an After Dork this week because Storm Rage has things to do and Matt has dinners to eat.
I do.
So we'll probably no After Dork this week. But we do thank you either way. And we will be back with an even cooler After Dork next week. What it is, you ask? Great question. We'll figure it out then.
Bold to assume it's going to be cooler, Dano.
They're always cool. Oh,
yeah.
By the way, previous After Dork update, the bad guys won the rematch. So that was disappointing.
Boo.
Yeah, the high school basketball drama, bad guys won. It was sad.
Was the same coach?
The head coach is still coaching.
Boo.
Yeah, it's all bad news. I got some lore for you guys.
This one's a real page turner.
It is time for everyone's favorite part of the week. Where are our friends? Just picture like a game show. I don't know. All right, so here we go with our current cast of characters. We have Chrono. Chrono is our silent, very, very silent protagonist. One would say mute, potentially. Chrono doesn't say any words in this game. Chrono hails from...
Is that true?
It's true.
No.
Because we do respond as Chrono a few times.
Yeah.
So, like, does that not count?
So Chrono doesn't say words, but there'll be conversations where they will, like, kind of, like, respond as if Chrono said something. But I don't think Chrono ever actually... I don't think we get Chrono, colon, and then words.
Says.
Right?
Okay, in my brain... It's always been like, Chrono, what do you think? And it'll be like, yes or no. It's Chrono saying yes or no. That's the only time that Chrono responds.
You might be right. So, not mute, at least.
I don't know.
Yes. But, so Chrono is our protagonist. Hails from 1000 AD. He uses light magic or lightning magic if you are playing on older versions of the game, and wields a sword. Luca is Chrono's childhood pal. She is an inventor. Don't ask Chrono's mom what Luca's name is because she already forgot. Yep. Luca is also from 1000 AD. Luca uses fire magic and fire techs. She also uses a blaster, but her magic and techs are where she shines. She has very powerful AoE attacks. She'll also bonk bad guys with a hammer if they get too close for her to use her blaster. Luca's dad is also an inventor and is very proud of his daughter. He makes armor just for her with fire-resistant properties, so don't forget to check in with dear old dad whenever you are back around 1000 AD, because chances are he has some sweet, sweet loots for you to pick up. Luca's mom... Yes?
When I picked up this armor, what it says is halves fire damage, but it doesn't specify if that's taken or given.
Mm-hmm.
So for a solid few minutes was like, oh, is this just like a massive defense increase? But I don't do as much damage? Because I don't want that. I don't care if Luca dies. I just need them to be able to murder everybody else.
Right.
And then I tried it out and I was like, nope, we're good. It just has damage taken, not given.
Yep, that is correct.
It's
so
like
very good clarification.
It's like this game was translated 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, brevity was definitely important on the old 16-bit systems, so like you just kind of had to assume. Luca's mom is always upstairs sitting in a chair, and I am sure there is no reason for this. Marl?
I didn't think there was a reason for this, and now I am very much unsure.
Why would you think that? I was just saying that her mom is always sitting upstairs in a chair. Why would you expect there to be anything more to that? I was just stating a fact that Luca's mom sits upstairs in a chair. Luca's mom,
Luca
Lara, Lara, which is how it is spelled if that were to ever come up for some reason, which it won't, obviously, because why would it? It's a very weird thing to come up in, a video game. Just sits in the chair. Don't worry about it, Daniel.
Dano,
yeah?
Dano, I know you fairly well. I know how proud of yourself you are right now, and I want you to know, I want to take that pride and squish it down and stomp on it, because I am not having your ridiculousness right now.
You know what the best part will be? When you get to the end of the game and her mom has nothing to do with anything.
Objection! Marl, which rhymes with snarl, is actually...
Does it?
It does. She is traveling to time portals incognito. She is actually Princess Nadia of the Guardia Kingdom. Princess Nadia rhymes with distress insomnia. Marl is from 1000 AD.
That one got me pretty good.
You're welcome. Did I do this entire lore bit just for distress insomnia? Yes, I did. This entire thing was so I could say that. I'm not going to pretend it wasn't. Marl's...
Daniel, I love your brain so much.
Marl is also from 1000 AD. She's a bit of a wild child and doesn't want to deal with the stuffy castle life, which is how she literally ran into Chrono. She is currently estranged from her father after fleeing the castle and the Chancellor's Guard. Marl fights with a crossbow, uses ice magic, and has healing spells. Frog was a frog. His name rhymes with monologue. Frog is a great sword fighter from 600 AD. We don't know much about Frog. For example, are talking humanoid frogs the size of humans common in 600 AD? We have no idea. He is the sworn protector of Queen Lean. After Queen Lean was kidnapped and then rescued by Frog, Frog determined that he had failed the queen and fled to the south beyond the destroyed Zenon Bridge. Frog wasn't with the party when we visited the end of time, so we don't know what kind of magic he uses. Yet. Robo is an R-Series robot from 2300 AD. Chrono, Marl, and Luca found Robo in the Proto-Ruins. After being repaired by Luca, Robo decided to join the crew to help them find a portal back to 1000 AD. During this adventure, Robo was destroyed by the rest of the R-Series robots. They considered him defective because he didn't want to kill humans.
Defective?
Defective.
Defective there, Dano?
Did I say defective?
He was really good at solving crimes and mysteries.
Yes.
I meant to say defective. He is not a detective. Robo just didn't want his meat suit friends and his robot friends to fight. But the R-Series robots didn't want any of that. They first turned on Robo, turning him into scrap metal before attacking Chrono and crew. Luca fixed Robo again, and he decided to join the party permanently. He's a robot, so he can't use magic. But according to Specchio, the Master of War, Robo's laser beams are sort of like shadow magic. Robo also does a lot of punching with his claws.
I would like to thank Robo for helping me out in the future and then staying permanently in End of Time for me.
Yeah, I
So-
have yet to
Because
use
I
him.
have not brought him along once.
Here is a sneaky bit of tea, actually, with a little bit of like the previous tea that I made up, which is, what was it stand for again? Techniques, examples, and awesomeness. So a little bit of like a hint about Robo. Robo is a bananas good member for the party. You can give him the magic tabs, which boosts his magic, which also works for his tech, and he has super good healing techs. So Robo in the party to do healing tech and then just like really good damage is not a bad way to go. I'm actually using Frog for that in my playthrough, where I just have been like boosting Frog's magic up with magic tabs. And then
I want Frog in the party. I want Frog in the party so bad.
Yeah. So, spoilers, Frog comes back in the party. So Frog also has healing magic, by the way. And so you can boost Frog or Robo to have with their magic up with the magic tabs. It's a great way to spend your magic tabs. It then makes them much more useful because they're great to have they're just great like general for the party because they have great melee damage. And then if you boost their magic with magic tabs, then their healing actually is pretty good as well. So you can go either way, either Robo or Frog. So I'm using Frog for this playthrough. So anyways, last week, our intrepid heroes found themselves at the end of time because 4 of them tried to travel through time simultaneously, which broke law number 1 of time travel, which is, say it with me, thou shalt not time travel in a group of people larger than can be in an active party. We all know that is law number 1 of time travel.
Yeah.
The end of time.
Of course, obviously.
So I want to describe the end of time a little bit because I think it's kind of awesome. So the end of time looks like a Victorian era train platform, complete with cobblestone walkways, but then like minus the train. The center platform has a single light post in the center where a man with a cane leans against it, lightly snoozing. There is a trash can to the right that the man and the cane tells us not to touch because we are not yet ready. There's also a bucket there that heals us. There are ornate golden railings that are keeping the endless void at the end of time at bay. The main platform has 3 exits. The first, a door, leads to the room of Specchio, Master of War. He gives us the magic. The second is a staircase that leads to seemingly nowhere but the great abyss of time. And the third is a gate which leads to a room full of pillars of light, each pillar leading to a different time and place. I love the End of Time. I think it is one of the coolest locations in just like video game history. It is so cool and so pretty.
It's really cool.
And it's just very compact. It's not like, a giant like city. It's just like a little platform with a few rooms. Super cool. And then all our party members just hang out at the End of Time. Feels kind of lonely, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, Robo better be bunking up or shutting down for an extended period of time.
Having good conversations with the man at the pole.
Man,
Yep.
The man leaning on the lamppost at the corner of the street. Let's go to the recap.
What a cool guy. Thank you, Gato. Last week, we found ourselves at the end of time. And now it is time to head back to 1000 AD. Our goal is to stop the apocalyptic future that we just saw in 2300. We know that the way to do that is to stop Lavos from destroying everything. So, if we go back into our time, maybe we can fix some things. So, we head back to 1000 AD, and instead of the gate going back to the Millennium Fair, Chrono and crew find themselves popping out of the cupboard of two very surprised but kind fiends. Important note, if you ever want to go back through this, I went to their house several times looking for a portal. You have to go into the cupboard to get back to the portal. I thought it would just be hanging out in their house. It's not. It's in the cupboard. They tell Chrono and pals
part of it, though.
that they...
I love that you have to go back into the cupboard.
That would have saved me a lot of time because I went all the way back to the square to get back to the End of Time at one point. I'm like, man, I wish I could go back to the End of Time from here. But no, I just walked back.
You sure can. Yeah,
that would have saved me. That would have saved me a good half hour of gameplay.
You're welcome. These fiends tell Chrono and pals that they are in Medina Village, a village populated entirely by fiends after the great fiend lord lost the war in 600 AD. Not every fiend in Medina is as nice as our two friends. A group of them are chanting and circling a statue of the fiend lord, hoping to summon him to restart their war. Additionally, although disturbing, don't actually fight you. The shopkeeper, in order for him to sell goods, will first summon his boss in order to fight you. And also, if you want to stay at the inn, you've got to fight your way to be able to stay at the inn. So there's a lot of combat that could be had here in the village itself. With the shopkeeper, after you defeat his boss, he does sell to us, but at a 10,000% markup. And some of the stuff seems really good, but just impossibly expensive right now. The mayor of Medina is actually Ozzy the Eighth, and that he is the great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson of Ozzy, who fought against the humans at the side of the Fiend Lord himself. In the area of Medina Village, there is a mysterious blue pyramid that I hate. I hate it so much, because I want there to be something. I know there's something there. They wouldn't put a blue pyramid for nothing. But there's nothing to interact with. There's nothing to talk to. There's nothing to do. It's just a blue pyramid in the middle of nowhere. So I am going crazy. There's also a cabin belonging to Melchior, and you might remember that we met Melchior at the Millennium Fair, and then he tried to buy. I'm gonna do something because Dano so clearly pronounced it Marl earlier. I'm gonna go Marley, so that way we can have both people feeling confident about their choices. He tried to buy Marley's pendant, and Melchior seems like a nice dude and will sell us some weapons, and then tells us there's a shortcut to our home village of Truce in a cave to the north. Yay! Chrono and crew head north to Hekrin Cave, and I'm sure it means lovely place with no monsters or anything scary in it, in the language of Medina, or fiends, or... Anyway, we probably don't need to worry about it. Hekrin is actually full of monsters. Ah, nuts! We did have to worry about it. Chrono and friends fight their way through the monsters, and at the end of the cave have to fight Hekrin. That actually might make more sense that the cave is named after a powerful monster. During the fight, Hekrin tells the party to go ahead, try to attack, see what you got. Once done, the party jumps into a whirlpool, which transports them across the world and in front of Luca's house. Then we can re-enter the whirlpool to go back into Hekrin Cave if we want. Super duper convenient. Also important to note that with Hekrin, I hate this fight so much. I hated this fight so much because the main mechanic is that Hekrin is like, go ahead, beat me with whatever you want. And if you hit him, then he attacks the entire party back for like 200 damage. It's a lot of damage. It's hard to heal through every time. the thing that you do is you just like don't hit him during that time. So you just like let the real time timer go through, and then once he's like, my defensive pose is broken, then you just murder him then. But I just wanted to click through everything so fast that I, no joke, triggered his defensive retaliation 5 times in a row with Luca on accident. Because I would just like I'd click into it, and then like right as I clicked it, before the animation went off, he would say his thing, so he would go into his defensive stance, and then the attack would trigger, but I couldn't cancel it anymore. Oh, it drove me up a wall. But I did end up winning.
I'm glad.
How do you guys feel about this?
I love these fights. I'm gonna talk about the boss fights later. I thought this was great. I also love Hecarim Cave. It's a super fun little cave with a bunch of little hidey holes and a bunch of gear to find and stuff. I think it's fantastic. It's also an easy one to clear. You can full clear it, and it stays cleared. So you can really kind of just discover everything without having to worry about monsters being resummoned, which I really like as well. Because there are some places like that, and then some places that aren't. So, I think it's a fun location.
Yeah. I had the same problem you did, where it's just like, I already queued the attack, son of a... Okay, I guess I'm going to try to heal next round. Hated it. But...
I really liked the difference in world. I know that it's same world, even the same time period that we started with, but it's such a different interpretation that I liked this is just a village that's just full of fiends. It's just a village just like yours, except for they're full of people that hate you because you're a human. And it's like, oh, interesting. I wonder if there's something to this hated people based on their skin thing. That feels weird and bad. Maybe that's a lesson we could take from Chrono Trigger, perhaps. And I just liked the way that it was presented of like, yeah, some fiends are just going to be like, hey, you came out of my cupboard? Be safe out there. And other fiends are like, hey, you want to buy things from me? Fight my boss. And it was just like a really fun combination.
Right.
You want to buy a cake from me? Fight my boss. Moving on.
So we do some time portal jumping and wind up in the 680 timeline, the one where we rescued the queen a handful of times. We are welcomed with the hero of legend has returned, which is nice until we realize that's not really about us, and that's pretty rude. Well, maybe this hero can help us out, or maybe not. We make our way to the bridge where the war is happening, but do we get across? No, there are too many guards. And they're like, we need help. And I'm like, I can help you. And they're like, not that kind of help. I was like, I could just kill all of these dudes. I'm pretty sure at this point in time, I've out-leveled everything quite a bit. I'm fine. And they go, nope, we're just too hungry. So you got to go back up to the castle and get some jerky. And then the chef is like, no jerky for them. They're jerks. And then you leave, and he goes, oh, just kidding. One of those is my brother. Here, have some jerky. So we go and give
it was more of
some jerky.
I feel bad that I hate him, but here's jerky anyways because we're all doing our part.
Yeah. And his wife is like, I wish they two just get along.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Now we feed the troops. We are finally asked if we want to join the war, which... Sure, I guess now's a good time. I would have thought 30 minutes ago was better, but to each their own. Now the troops, we can cross, and we fight a small army of skeletons, and then a real big skeleton that has a top half and a bottom half with different immunities, and this drove me up a wall. I had to Google which parts were immune to which parts, because I couldn't keep track of them. So the top half is immune to 2, the bottom half is immune to 2 different ones. Drove me crazy. I had to look it up, so that way I wasn't just continually healing them. But, good fight.
If only there was an ASCII guide that we were using that showed you everything.
That is what I ended up using. But I try not to, use it unless I need it, unless I feel stuck. So that was one of those times where I was like, I know something's going on in here, but I don't have the brain power to figure out which of the 4 is healing him and which of the 4 is damaging them. Because I kept using combo attacks, and so it kept dealing damage and healing. And I was like, there's something super weird. I don't know what it is.
Were you using the fire ice dual tech? Yeah, that one would get you there because you're not gonna know which one's doing which. Yeah.
Yep.
I think the top is fire and the bottom is ice. Like the top is weak to fire and the bottom one's weak to ice. Is that what it is?
I couldn't tell you. I think it's fire and shadow and then ice and light, or fire and light, Ice and Shadow.
Okay, I just have Chrono using his physical attack 99% of the time, so it's or healing. So
see, I have Chrono using Lightning all the time.
Chrono is super good when like I always find him the way I usually use him is paired up with another like a spellcaster's elemental power. So like Fire Sword, Ice Sword,
Fire Sword.
Those are really really good, really really good.
Yeah. So we make our way across the bridge, and we're told, "Oh no! One of these generals has summoned a big skeleton boy," and we murder the skeleton boy, as mentioned previously. But it's one of the generals. We finish crossing the bridge, and we talk to a bunch of people and learn a lot of different things. Most of it is just kind of like table setting stuff or exposition. Not a ton of it is plot related, but it's like, this is what we think of the town, this is what we think of the king, this is what we think of the fiends. So there's like a lot of really small great world building stuff, but not a whole lot of plot. And this is where I got confused. I also did this out of order, so Dano, I need your help on this one. So we run into our old friend Frog, who tells us that, hey, I'm no hero, I'm not helping you guys out, get out of here. And I think we hear about this legendary hero from a lot of the townsfolk. This legendary hero, Tata or Tate, I don't know what their name is. It doesn't matter. Turns out they're a fraud. And
no, they're just a child.
Frog. Yes. Well, both. Children can be frauds.
One like those
right?
liar children, like one of like the sneaky liar kids that lies about everything. Yeah.
Yeah. And so Frog gave him his badge, and this kid was like, or
this is where you got confused.
The kid discovered the badge?
Yes. So
okay.
Frog, Frog has the badge. Frog is, we don't know if Frog is a legendary hero or not, or what the situation is with that. That comes up in a little bit. But at this point in time, what we learned
seems like a legendary hero.
At this point,
he's having a bum out in the bush. That's what he's really doing.
He's had a rough go of it. So
yeah,
he like got upset and threw the hero badge away, and the boy found it and then pretended to be the legendary hero, and then his family like leaned into it. It was like, yes, I am an amazing father because I raised the legendary hero.
Yeah. Looking for a quick buck. Yeah.
I really love talking to his dad because he could go to his house, and the dad's just like, I'm so proud of my son for being the legendary hero. And then later on, when you reveal that he's not the legendary hero, he's like, I'm so dumb. How could I not know my son wasn't the legendary hero?
I respect the heck out of his dad, though, because it takes a big person to admit that you're wrong. And so, you know what?
For sure. Especially that your kid.
Yes. My son is a legendary hero. At least I thought he was. And I really am just an idiot.
Yeah. So what happened was Frog had the hero's badge, threw it away. The boy found it. And then everyone was like, oh, he has the hero's badge. So there he must be the legendary hero because that's how magic works. Mm-hmm. And so they send him on a quest and we find him running away from monsters. And it is so good.
It's really fun. We head into the mountains because we have heard tale of a legendary sword called Masamune. And this legendary sword supposedly has the ability to defeat the Fiend Lord Lavos. Yes?
It's Masamune.
Yeah, Masamune.
Why? Why Masamune and not Masamune?
You'll find out in a second.
But Masamune's how that sword is pronounced. Masamune. It's in like a ton of JRPGs. It's Masamune.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I like Mune.
It's like a trope.
Look,
the Masamune's a JRPG trope.
Do I need to put up another poll?
If you want me to pronounce things correctly, have your character say it. That's all I'm saying.
About that.
What?
Yeah,
was that not?
I mean, it's 16-bit era. We don't have dialogue. Nobody said the names of things back then. You just had to guess.
Like crazy. Well, we go our goal, find this sword, and we fight our way through a lot of dudes on this mountain, and when we get to the area that is supposed to be the location of the legendary blade, we instead find two brothers, Masa and Mune. Sure, I suppose Masamune. If it's Moon, Moon, why not?
Mune.
Why
Mune.
It's
Masa and Mune. Masamune. Masa is one brother and Mune is the other brother.
Do they translate into something? Is there a cool word that it is in Japanese that's not in English?
It's just the Masamune. The Masamune's a sword. The Masamune's a trope of a sword. And so for this game, they made the brothers Masa and Mune because everything are their characters. Chrono is Chrono from Chrono Trigger, right? Frog is a frog. Robo's a robot.
Yeah.
So
No. I get all that. I get all of that. I just want to know where this trope comes from. Because it can't have just been like somebody just said a thing.
I have.
Yeah, Matt?
It is a medieval Japanese blacksmith, widely acclaimed as Japan's greatest swordsmith, is Masamune.
Thank you. Now all questions have been answered. I now accept this.
Thank you, Internet.
Yes.
Yep.
This one time, though. We're not thanking you for everything.
No,
absolutely not. I've seen what else you can do.
I've seen what you do. Yes.
So we find the brothers Masa and Mune, and if we put them together, it's Masamune. The brothers agreed to fight us so that we can help prove our worth of the sword itself. We beat them once. They say they will take it serious, and that is a much more difficult fight the second time around, but we still beat them a second time, and they go back to create the blade of the sword, but just the blade. Matt or Dana?
Did you talk to the people in town that said wind will diffuse certain kinds of energy?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Because if you get that bit of tidbit, that second fight is super duper easy because then whenever they do like their big suck-in attack, you just have Chrono use his wood attack and it diffuses their big bomb.
I'm so over-leveled right now, I don't have to worry about mechanics.
JRPGs can be that way.
Yeah.
I looked at, I think the suggested levels for this area were like 16. I was 18, 19. I've been 2 to 3 levels above the recommended levels for everything.
That's the way to do it.
Matt?
I have also, just because I'm being pedantic, here we go. The kanji, the two kanji characters from Masamune.
Oh boy.
If you put them in Google Translate and you ask it to speak in Japanese, it's Masamune. If you do the English version, it's Masamune. So
I'm more correct. I'm more honest to the Japanese interpretation.
Both. But since it's in English, it's Masamune.
Especially as the three of us, we are 100% not even attempting the correct pronunciation.
No,
are you sure? I could. If you want us to get canceled, if you ever want to break the squelch.
It's the Masamune. We're sticking with it.
Yeah. Like Marley, right?
That's Marl, though.
Like Marley,
it's Marl. It's 100% Marl.
Interesting that you get to say anything that you
Marley,
want, but
though.
I don't
have
say
no
anything
problem with it being Marley. It could be either one. I'm not going to lie. It's just fun to take a stand. I am not. Masamune is just Masamune, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a correct way to say it in Japanese. I don't speak Japanese. Not even gonna go there.
Yeah.
I could pretend. You don't want me to do that?
Sure don't, Storm Rage.
Okay. All right.
Surely
All
don't.
Right. Just because you care about us not being the worst kinds of people, I suppose.
I've already given you money for BlizzCon. I don't want to have to ask for that back.
Fair. We then go back to Frog to see if they'll join us, and they still say no. Maybe we should take a hint. Maybe we should stop asking. Maybe we should just let them be. I'm not gonna let it be. Frog will be in my party. He will be a hero. And we do eventually find the hilt of the legendary blade. And we also find that the hilt is inscribed with Melchior. Melchior, our buddy from 1000 AD. That's weird. I wonder what his name's doing on this blade. Well, let's go say hi. We go say hi. We teleport into the year 1000 AD. And he tells us that he can repair the blade, but that he needs a special kind of material that doesn't exist anymore. Good thing we got a travel time. We can time travel. What a wonderful thing to have happened. What did you guys feel about this section of the game of finding the legendary blade and all that jazz?
This boss fight was my favorite of the boss fights so far. It's so good and incredibly. It's actually very difficult, but like when they form into the one form, it's incredible. It's very good. I just love it.
Wait, what do you mean when they form into one?
Don't they form into one form?
Masa and Mune become Masamune.
Yeah.
They didn't for me.
I think they have.
Really?
In this,
They have. It's like the second stage of the boss fight.
I'm pretty sure because so in the first stage of the boss fight, I just killed Masa. And the second stage of the boss fight, I just killed Masa again. And then when I killed Masa, they were just like, "Well, here's the blade."
Really?
They didn't have the big boss that like did the big wind attack.
I'm gonna Google this now. I'm gonna Google this. I'm gonna see how crazy I am because I do not remember them becoming one. I remember them very specifically.
They like do like
and
a merge thing with their hands, and they like
merge they do
together.
like the Dragon Ball Z fusion dance, basically.
They 100% did the Dragon Ball Z fusion dance. You're right. That's what that's from. I could not place it. It's the fusion thing. You're right.
I mean, Akira Toriyama
is so familiar.
It's Akira Toriyama. He's,
no, 100%. Like, yeah, steal for yourself all day, bud. I'm not gonna stop
yeah,
you.
Exactly.
I love this stuff. While you're looking it up, I absolutely love this area. I love like a little bit of like Frog's like internal demons that he's dealing with, and his inability to like be confident in his ability to do what needs to be done. I love the little kid that just like finds a thing and pretends to be the thing, and then now has to go to some dangerous mountain to find a bunch of monsters. I absolutely love that. I love when you go in and he's like, "Run away! There are scary monsters over there."
Yeah, I love the little battles, like just the little battles you do, because like when you do the fire attack, they lose their.
Oh, it's such a clever bit of storytelling, yeah, because you learn that in the village as well. I forgot about that. They're super hard to beat when they have their hammers. So you use a fire attack on them, and then the hammer starts on fire, and then they become like weak to everything.
Super weak to physical damage.
Super fun.
It's super good.
Super fun. I love how it's hidden in the town as well, where you have to like talk to someone, then you get that little bit of knowledge. It's super cool. Yeah, it's great. This is a great area.
I was wrong. I goofed it. I just goofed it. You guys were right. Big surprise.
I mean, it's fine.
First time ever. I mean, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that you don't have an objection?
No, I don't.
Okay, because I have a button here if you need me to. If you have an objection.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. I'm good.
So it's right here. I can click it if you need me to. You just give me the heads up. I got that button. So
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Like now or
nope. I think maybe never. Maybe never. I really like this section a lot. Again, so much of this world is not really about the plot, but about the world building that it has, and I think it does it in such a good way. I've missed so much because I've played this much more in like the traditional way that I play games, which is main quest, get main quest, go do other things, main quest, hit main quest, hit main quest, hit main quest until I'm done. And so I have not realized a lot of things that you guys have been talking about. And it's nice to know that comes from other places. I've kind of discovered them on accident. Like I discovered that if I use fire, I burn their hammers off. And I kind of discovered ways to beat some of these bosses without talking to people. But it's nice that was also in the world itself.
Yeah. Well, like this stuff was ingrained to me back when I was like 8-9 years old, when I was playing Dragon Warrior. And one of like the first things they said in Nintendo Power was talk to everyone in town. And so you just like literally you talk to everyone in town, and the game will tell you what to do. Like give you hints along the way that will make it easier, you know. And it's great. It's just great. It's this classic style RPG that I love this game.
Going back, we go back in time, back to Dino times, 65 million BC. There are a bunch of dinos right at the top of the gate. Nice. Let's grind some XP. What? Oh. Who is that cave woman that's come in and stolen all of our sweet XP? I had a really good AoE attack lined up for nothing. Not nice. Oh, wait. She is nice. And she has a crush on Chrono. Good for him. Her name is Ayla. Yes. There were some thoughts. There were some looks.
Not just Chrono. She also has a crush on like Marl and Luca. She just likes pretty people.
Yeah.
No judgment.
She likes strong people.
Yes, strong.
She likes
strong people. So she mentions it, I think, in the village later too. It's not just Chrono. She also, I think it's Marl or Luca. I can't remember which one it is. But she's like strong people. It doesn't matter gender. Which I'm like, live your life.
Good for you. We follow her back to her village, and she tells us she has plenty of this super secret material because everyone does in this time. It's a pretty cool historical place. They throw us a party to celebrate. How cool. We win a drinking contest in order to get the legendary Dreamstone. When we wake up the following morning, we realize our portal stick is missing. Ayla joins us with Chrono with one other companion. We have to find it. Or we could go up north and farm some XP, and so I imagine all of us did that for a little bit. So that way we can also get some materials, which we can trade for cooler weapons, which are made of Dreamstone. They're called like Ruby, but I imagine that the implication is that there's some sort of Dreamstone involved with that, because it doesn't make any other sense that this prehistoric armor would be better than the armor millions of years in the future.
I completely forgot to go and grind so the way that you get the prehistoric armor is you have to like barter with them with feathers, bones, and there's 2 other things as well. I can't remember what they are.
Feather, tails,
there's 4 objects, and you have to give a mixture of it's like feather and tail. 3 feather and 3 tail will give you the blaster. 3 this and 3 that will give you the armor. So you kind of get these naturally as you kind of fight, but up north you get a ton of it. I completely missed the north my first playthrough, so I went through the entire Reptite layer that we're going to go through. And I was like, wait a minute, I was supposed to get like the upgraded armor and stuff. So I went back around and looked again, and I was like, oh, I missed the grinding spot. So I had to go. I did it out of order there, but I did eventually get it, but it felt a little bit less good.
It is petal, fang, horn, feather.
Okay. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, it's great. So it's a lot of fun. But I did get it out of order. Oops.
Yep. I did that a lot with this. We can't travel to the end of time to try to get Ayla magical powers, so don't even try, don't even think about it. I did. I really wanted her to have magical powers. Alas. When we actually do want to do the quest, we go back south and find our way through a forest maze. There's a bunch of dinos to kill. I got so much XP doing all of this, and there are also a bunch of dinos that can only be damaged after you cast lightning on them first, which is kind of what Chrono Trigger does in a lot of this section, is it's like, hey, these are mooks that you can beat without using their main mechanic. But then we're also going to show you a boss fight that you can't beat unless you figure that mechanic out, either through fighting mooks or through talking to people in some way, shape, or form. So we go through a bunch of dino holes that are not worth exploring and fight a bunch of dinos, and we eventually find a boss named Azala, who is going to try to bring Lavos to bring utter destruction to all humanity. Not a great guy, so we better not let him succeed. He summons someone to fight on his behalf. We murder him. He's a big dragon that only can be hit if you target him with lightning first. And we claim victory, and we claim our time portal key. We can head back to our normal time, so Melchior can now repair the sword.
I don't think Azala summoned Lavos, but just was aware that Lavos was coming.
Yeah.
I thought he was trying to bring Lavos back.
I don't think so. So Lavos isn't on Earth yet. Lavos is in the sky. So Lavos is what they named the red star that's getting closer. So Lavos is like it like stands for like red and something else in like 65 million BC language. And so I believe he just was like Lavos is coming or something like that. I think is what it is.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I believe that's correct. I don't think he was summoned though.
I liked this section a lot. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a really cool change of pace. Again, just like before when we go to the future, it's so clear, the storytelling aspect of it. The fact that you have to barter rather than buy things makes a lot of sense. I think it'd be pretty weird to just be like, here's gold, give me things. So I like that they barter a little bit. I like that you have a drinking contest to win this thing. I also like that the thing isn't like difficult to find when we are told it's everywhere in this time period. So then they're like, oh yeah, it's everywhere. Here you can have some. And the main problem is that we lose one of our things. Mm-hmm. And the way that we lose it, I didn't talk about. But basically, one of the village people gets jealous that Ayla likes it so much. So she steals it. And then she runs off. And then something snacks it from her. All make a lot more sense than just like, we need to go to this random cave to find this random MacGuffin. So I like that storytelling choice a lot.
Yep, it's really good.
Other thoughts on this section?
Oh, I absolutely love the 65 million BC. I think it's so much fun. Yeah, like
it's
all of it is good.
All of it is good. Like it makes sense. It's a little like, it's tropey with the cavemen and the Amazon women, but you know what? It works. It works so well.
Mm-hmm.
I love
and the forest maze is actually a bit of a maze. Like it's kind of like there's areas where it looks like I can't go up there. That's part of the background, and then you start walking on it, and it's amazing.
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 Yes. I love that when we have to get the Dreamstone or the Red Stone. I can't remember what it was for. I was like, we know fight. We're having a party. So then the way we fight is through a drinking contest. And I was like, that makes sense to me. Like, no, if we were
Brain Smash.
If we were
here, have some of this called Brain Smash. Okay.
And so it's like, if we were doing something else, we would have a competition a different way. But because we're having a party, this is the competition we have. And I'm like, that just makes sense. I like it.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's all great. It's all great. All right. Anything else before we move on to the Naga sandwich?
Let's do it.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Taste my grilled cheese.
Munch.
First good, Man at Arms.
Dancing with Marley, and just like the whole party scene is great. Like, so you're dancing with Marley. You can use
Really
the control.
good.
You can use the controls to do your different little dances. It's it's super fun. And then Luca is just getting drunk under the table with the brain smash. She's like, I'm fine, and then she just passes out. It's great. I love it. The entire scene is great. Little song that chants that they sing or singing. It's a blast. I love it. And then the drinking contest is amazing. You just smash the A button to, drink faster. It's great. What's not so good?
So, in the hunting grounds, there is and I didn't know that this is the thing until I looked up our guide that is talking about how to use this thing. There's a thing that you can fight that'll give you 30 TP, which is kind of a form of experience. So there's XP that levels up your hero, and then there's TP that unlocks abilities. You can only unlock abilities if you've reached a certain number of TP and a certain level of actual experience. So like at level 20, you can unlock Lightning 2 or whatever it is. But you need like 300 TP before you actually can use that ability. And so TP is really, really useful. And there is a mini boss that you can fight supposedly multiple times, according to the game guide, that gives you 30 TP. So I was like, I'm just going to farm that so I can get Chrono to use his level 2 TP, because that sounds cool as heck. And that stupid monkey can appear in one of 3 different locations, and it is impossible to find which one.
That's really funny.
I found him once.
I just stumbled upon it. I was like, oh, there it is. Got it. Moving on. I didn't even know it was hard to find. I literally just walked to the right-hand corner, and there it was. Oh, that kind of brings joy to my heart. Speaking of TP, party members who are not in your active party will gain XP and will continue to level up. They will not gain tech points, which is TP.
Oh,
so if you want them, so they will all stay on level with you. But if you will need to do a little bit of grinding with them to get the tech points if you end up using them like later on and not having them up to snuff. But no one gets de-leveled basically. We're like, oh, I can't play with Marley now because I haven't used her in 3 or 4 boss fights.
So you're saying that when I need to use Robo 30 levels from now, and he's just going to have just an absolute tree of abilities that he can use depending on how many tech points I have to grind?
It's not. So the tech points you get go higher and higher. So like, let's say like right now, something might cost, you might need 300 tech points to gain. So right now you're getting like 5 or 10 tech points or 30 tech points was like the big thing. Like later on in the game, like you'll get 50 tech points from just random mobs. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So it works out so you can just drop them in and then just start grinding areas if you need to, like at higher levels, and you'll be fine. Got it.
Dano, what's the best good?
The boss fight. We talked about it a bunch, but the boss fights are so good. Like they're little fun little tricks. They're not overly complicated usually. Usually it takes like, oh, you die once after you've like, oh, this person is doing fire, so I need to make sure to do this. And so maybe it's one wipe and then you go back and then you just get the clear after that for learning how the boss fight works. Super fun little simple mechanics. It's not complicated, but it's really like effective. You usually the same thing that got you through the mooks also gets you to the boss fight. So if you learn how they work, you'll also kind of learning how the boss fight works. I think it's just really clever. It's not overly complicated. It doesn't need to be overly complicated. It's just a fun, simple like game. And some of them are more complicated, some of them are more difficult, but like the game tells you what you need to know. Or at worst, you get surprised and then have to go by and get a second clear. So yeah, I love the boss fights. I think they're super clever.
He asks each
Should we go on to
5 questions.
the thing that you just hit? Yeah, I think we should. I think we should do that. I'm just going to keep talking over the drop, so that way it feels like it's a choice, not a mistake.
In your defense, it took me like 5 seconds there to find the button. So it was a bunch of awkward silence where I was like, where's the 3 questions button? Smack dab in the middle of the keypad. So yeah, no, that's...
Nailed it.
Hey, Matt, what are you liking so far?
Now that I've finally settled on how I like the game to look and getting the mod that adds the scan lines set up to where I like it and plugging in the Super Nintendo controller, I'm just loving the game. I'm just loving it. I'm just jumping in, having so much fun, just enjoying exploring areas, getting into trouble, doing boss fights, feeling like a 15-year-old, 20-year-old, 10-year-old, like a 13-year-old. That's what I was when this came out.
But do you want to take another stab? Because maybe you want to go 5-year-old and a 25-year-old?
72-year-old, 18-year-old, 30.
Yeah, whatever age I was when this game came out, and I could have played it. It makes me feel like that again. It's great. I love it. It's so much fun.
Nice.
Storm Rage, how about you?
I have a controller finally. Matt sent me specifically like an SNES controller that I believe you are using for this game. Is that also correct?
Yes, the 8BitDo SN30 Pro, I think was the name of it. Yes.
Yeah. Mine's purple, which is better.
Yes,
and
it is
accurate. It's genuinely amazing how much better the game runs. Just like it's more intuitive. It runs smoother. I don't have to worry about, because sometimes like when I would change a key binding, it would change that action, but not all the things that were bound to that key. So like if I made the A key bind to E, well then that would mean that I could use all of the things that typically use the A key for E. But if there was a specific event that came up that was like smash A, I had to smash the original A button, which was an absolute nightmare. And they were bound to terrible keys that I could never remember. And so switching over to controller, everything works a lot smoother. I'm able to move through the game a lot easier. I'm not as frustrated about everything all the time. And it has just improved the game so dramatically. It's crazy.
I'm happy to hear that. That makes me feel good.
I am too. Dano, what are you liking so far?
The time travel is so much fun in this game. It's, again, it's simple but effective. Like, they didn't try to overcomplicate anything in this game. Like, they're not out to trick you. They're not out to outsmart you. They're not out to make anything complicated. Everything was, like, simple and effective. The time travel is amazing. It's super fun. It's fun to kind of, like, think about where to go next. It's not complicated. There aren't many places to go. But the places you do go, they're all different and like really fun in the different flavors. I love the time travel in this game. I think that might have been what I said last week as well. I don't care. It's fantastic. The time travel is great. I love the time travel in Chrono Trigger. Sorry, Chrono Trigger. What are you struggling with there, Matt?
I'm paying attention to where to go to next. Like, I don't know, like reading. I have difficulty comprehending things when like or retaining things when they're read, when I have to read it sometimes, especially when it's later in the evening and I'm tired after, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, where do I need to go? What do I need to do? What's going on? I just want to explore the map. Let me explore the map. I want to go here. What's over here? What's in this corner? What's in this nook and cranny? Oh, I guess I can't go there yet. Okay, where did I need to go again? What am I doing? Hold on, let me pull up the guide. Oh, I got to go there. Okay, we're good. That's my play experience right now, but I'm loving it. It's so much fun. Storm Rage, how about you?
So my favorite moment in week 1 was the trial scene where they're like, hey, remember all these things you did? They're coming back. And that there was no point where in this chunk it felt like any of my decisions mattered. Like it was just typical JRPG stuff, and I enjoyed it immensely. I think that it's really, really great, but I was expecting at some point for it to be like, oh, so you talked to Frog, well then here comes Frog because you talked to him, or like something along those lines, and that just didn't really happen. And I know that that's probably like expecting too much for a game this old, but I was expecting that. And I'm pretty confident that the end of the game is very impacted by your choices. So I'm excited to get to that, to see that. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was just like the one trial thing and that was it. And that was just kind of like a cool thing. And if it's that, then that's great. Then that means the trial is like probably my favorite segment of the entire game because I thought it was so interesting. But yeah, I think that's the part I'm struggling with.
So yes and no. So yes, like things you do matter at the end of the game, but not in the same way that the trial matters. So like depending on when you go and decide and how you decide to fight the final boss, that will impact things. But it's not like the choices you've made along the way are going to impact things necessarily. It'll kind of make more sense when you get there. But yeah, so it's not quite like the trial, but yes. So like the ending is like moderately like affected with how you approach the end game. So.
Okay, Daniel, what are you struggling with?
So I kind of feel lame. I know this is like a dumb way to feel, and I know this is wrong to feel this way, but I still feel this way. I'm playing the game on wait instead of active because I was showing Storm Rage how to play wait and active, and I want to make sure I was explaining it correctly. So I switched to wait and then forgot to change it back to active, and I was like, oh, this just makes the game way easier. I could just sit back, lean back in my chair, and like think about nothing, and I was like, I'm gonna play the game this way, and I feel kind of like a baby for doing it, but I'm gonna do it anyways. So it's me like just like me feeling like a kind of like not quite good enough, even though like I know it's stupid. But yeah, because I usually like to play everything on the most difficult. Like I always play it on hard mode, as hard as I can effectively play. Like I won't play something on the hardest difficulty just because it exists. I play everything on the most difficult setting that I can effectively play on so that I'm challenged. I like being challenged in video games. So, like, right now, I'm not effectively challenged by Chrono Trigger, but I'm still enjoying it anyway. So I'm like, I'm just going to keep it. That way I don't have to, like, freak out about, like, menuing stuff and that sort of stuff. So that's what I'm kind of struggling with is my own internal demons of not being challenged enough in Chrono Trigger.
I mean, we've talked about this so many times that I think it is important to kind of like re-hit of games are meant to be fun. So play on whatever difficulty and whatever manner is the most fun for you at the time. There may come a time later in the game, like you may want to do the boss fight on active and that'd be great. But if you're enjoying wait, like don't be mad at yourself for enjoying a specific way to play the game. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm not touching active. Then not a chance in this world am I touching active.
So I'm Go ahead, finish your thought. I just interrupted.
I was just going to say, there's not a chance that I'm ever going to switch to active. It's not what I want to do in a JRPG. I want to sit and wait and think as tactically as I possibly can every time.
All right, so I'm the only true gamer going on active still.
Yeah, that's correct.
I was still playing on active up and through this week, and I think even next week's. It wasn't until I was a solid like 15 hours or 16 hours into the game that I switched it. So, but yeah. No. Speaking of what you're struggling with a little bit. So this is what I want to bring up in T, and I do want to talk about this. So, our 4 weeks, the way we planned it out, the last week doesn't give a ton of time for a lot of the side quests. So kind of be prepared for that. So if you are playing along with what we're doing week to week, you might want to try to jump ahead, get ahead of us a little bit, because you might need that extra time in week 4 to make sure you play through some of the side quests and that kind of stuff. And the game kind of expects you to do some of that in order to get properly leveled. Just kind of be prepared for that as well. So I do want to talk about that. So I kind of forgot about that. So
yeah, I haven't noticed any opportunity to do that many side quests yet.
No, there won't be any till you get to the end.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I was wondering if I'm missing side quests yet. Because I've it's like this feels pretty much like we're on the on rails part of this game right now.
Yeah, you'll notice when you can start getting to some of the side quests. You'll notice when they start popping up, and even then, not necessarily do any of them until you basically reach like the quote unquote what would be considered the end game. Okay. And you'll know when you get there. So.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Matt, what has surprised you about the game?
There was when you go back to 65 million BC, at least in the port that we did, there's just a random cinematic that just plays. And it's just like, it's very like, Akira Toriyama style, Dragon Ball Z style animation, where it just goes over the scene that you see again, like later in the 16-bit style. It's just a treat. It's just a little surprise. It's just
really good.
Yeah. It just works. It just like, it's so much fun. And like, it just turns out that like Chrono is just really just Goku with different hair. And that's cool.
It is kind of cool.
Stormrage, how about you?
The game just clips along. Like, there are segments of the game that I just like cruised through, and then I was like, oh, I think I'm done. I think I'm done with this week's stuff. And I only sat down to play in like 2 different sessions, and I had planned on, I think it was like Friday morning. I was like, I'm going to get everything done Friday morning. And I had blocked out like 6 hours because like, I know I'm going to struggle with this. I know I'm going to miss some things. I'm going to go back and forth. And then in like 3 hours, I was done. I didn't even realize how quickly it had gone. The game just flows really, really nicely from beat to beat. It doesn't feel like there's ever a section where it's like, oh, well, now is a little time where I just sit and grind for a bit. It never felt like that. It always felt like I had the option to do that, but that I could also just keep going with the main story and be fine. Dano, how about yourself?
How much fun it is traveling via whirlpool. Like, and that you can like hop back in the whirlpool from Luca's house if you want to go back to the Hecarim Cave, and then you can move to the Hecarim Cave, no problem. It's my favorite way to travel in the game. It's just so silly, and I'm like, are we the only people who know about this? I mean, surely Melchior also knows about this, and that's how we got to the fair. So Melchior also travels via whirlpool. And like the headcanon that went into that whirlpool, I was like, this is amazing. Who else travels by whirlpool in this world? There's a ferry. Like, the ferry doesn't go to like Medina village. So like, does anybody who wants to go there have to travel via whirlpool? I love that for them. I thought it was so much fun. Absolutely so much fun. And then speaking of the game moving quickly, this week might have been an aberration. We might have been we might have got like the playthrough a little bit off on like a couple of weeks. So hopefully we're not paying for it next week without having to play too much. But yeah, it's traveling via whirlpool. It just surprised me at how much I loved it.
You want to buy some death sticks?
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
I don't want to sell you death sticks.
You want to go home and rethink your life.
I want to go home and rethink my life.
Stormrage, sell a game to a friend.
Once you have a controller, the game just flows. The world is great. There's nothing that I've seen in this last week that I thought, oh, that's revolutionary. But there's nothing that's bad. It's all just really good. Matt?
This game moves a lot quicker, and I remember how these games going when I was younger, Matt. It just feels good, and it's paced very well, and I love it. Dan?
Play for the story and stay for the soundtrack. It is
indeed
an absolute all-timer. All right, that's it for this
it's really good.
Week. Reminder for next week, we are playing from the Reptite lair. I finish up there. We're playing from Medina Village through the Mountain of Woe. So kind of be prepared for that.
Whoa.
for playing along.
Whoa.
Whoa, my bad. That's it for this week. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks to our patrons for patronizing us. Special thank you to our producers and best friends forever, Baximus and RidiculousHat. You can find links to Discord at the pinned comment in our Patreon page or patreon.com/squelch. That's where all of the stuff about the games we're playing goes. So if you're curious about any of that, check out our Discord. There are links in the show notes for the podcast episodes as well as like on Patreon. So go there.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger's a game, and games are supposed to be fun.
Yeah, sling those time portals, baby.
This is the end of the show. Everybody bye!
I just went to the top of the show notes to try to come up with a show title that wasn't Woe, the Mountains of Woe. And I was like, oh, what did we talk about this week? It's got to be Masamune, right? Masamune, right?
Yeah.
And I looked back up, and I don't know which one of you did it, but one of you created a perfect show title.
It was me.
Masamune? Masamune. Yeah. So,
Yeah, does this mean that we're still part of X Masamune effect?
I mean, Masamune's shown up in a ton of JRPGs, right? Like, I know it's in Final Fantasy every once in a while.
I think it's Final Fantasy where I know it from. It's got to be.
Yeah.
That's my assumption. Because I know it's in other
it's Square.
JRPGs.
Yeah, it's a Square thing, right? It's definitely a Square thing. So I've made a poll to answer the most pressing question of this episode. It's in the Show Stuff channel in our Discord. How do you pronounce Marl? Or Marley?
Well, you know, names can be pronounced different ways.
Yeah, but it's a person's name.
We want to get a canonical name for the show. I mean,
we can do that.
I honestly don't care which way. It's just a lot more fun to...
It's a good bit. That's what it is.
I did pronounce it Marley at one point. I thought for sure someone was going to call me out on it.
No, but it's just the correct way to do it, so we accepted it.
I'm sure.
I haven't been listening to anything that's been going on for the last 20 minutes.
That's fair.
Because I was really focused, because you guys had made mention this was in Final Fantasy, and I was like, oh, why have I not heard this before if it's in Final Fantasy? Admittedly, the only Final Fantasy that I've played all the way through is Final Fantasy IX. It's because it doesn't show up until literally the end game, and I, at that point, just, like, bull rush the boss every time. So that would make sense that I've never seen this weapon.
Yeah, it's like a super powerful end game weapon in a lot of Final Fantasy games, or at least... some Final Fantasy
7.
games.
I think it's in 7. It's in 6. It's in 4. I think. Yeah, so. I've seen it several times in Final Fantasy games. So.
All right, one more pitch for everybody. If you are on the fence about playing along with more RPGs, I encourage you to do so. We're trying really hard to make them bite-sized chunks, more like Chrono Trigger size chunks. Mm-hmm. We're not overplaying. I think it's gonna be a ton of fun. The Dragon Age series is, I think, one of the most fun like role-playing game series, and Fallout as well. So
I'm so excited.
Should be a lot of fun. So
my quick playthrough of the dwarf commoner beginning of Dragon Age the other day was a blast. I enjoyed that tremendously. I'm looking forward to getting to that in the real time. So,
do you know what race and class combination you're going with yet, Daniel? Or I guess background, not class, but background. It's fine.
Nope. I'm probably going to go elf because I usually go elf, but not a clue after that.
Cool. There are 2 kinds of elves. 3 kinds of elves, because you can be an elf mage, and that's a different starting background than a Dalish elf or a city elf. They're all 3 different. So,
yeah, not a clue.
Cool.
I'm gonna vibe my way through.
Can't wait.
If I'm being honest, it'll depend on which elf I can make the prettiest. If I can make a real pretty boy elf, whatever I could do to make my elf an accidental thirst trap, I will do so.
I am so excited for you because there is an elf in this game who is basically, his name should be Pretty Boy Thirst Trap. Good.
I was shocked how close I could make the model look like my face, which was scary.
It's pretty amazing. I went with stock. I get too lost in the weeds, and then I end up hating what I make. So, except for Fallout 4, I have a very specific Fallout 4 model I make every time. All right, that's it for this week. Thanks everyone for listening. Thanks everyone for participating, and we'll talk at you again next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, friends.